Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my TBR picks video for January, and I'm kind of playing catch up right now. I got really busy over break and I didn't get to film like any of my end of the year videos, so now I'm doing end of the year videos, my TBR, and all that other stuff. So I've been filming like every single day for like the past few days. So, and I'm sick, which, I mean, why? Why does that have to happen right now? But we are going to be doing my TBR jar picks video, and as you guys know, I now take the prompts out. So once I pick them once, I take them out, so I can't pick them again until they're all used up, and then I'll just refill them back in the jar. So from now on, I'm going to start picking 7 books instead of 8. I was kind of doing the 8 book thing for a while, but I'm only going to be doing 7. Okay, so let's get started. Book number 1. An animal on the cover. So I've picked this one a few times, and this one's always really hard because I feel like you would think that there would be a lot to choose from, but there's actually not. So hold on one second, I need to kind of figure out what I got with the animal on the cover. Okay guys, I found the book that I'm gonna pick, and I actually didn't think I was gonna be able to pick this one, but I did. I was able to make it work. So this is A Psalm for the Wild-Built, and I already picked this once for my TBR, and I actually didn't get to it, which kind of sucked, but I do really want to read this. And this actually has little tiny butterflies right there, like in the little robot's hand. And a butterfly is an animal. So I'm gonna pick this one. This is supposed to be a very philosophical, it's a very short like novella, but apparently these books are so good. And there's 2, I don't know if there's gonna be more to this series, but I just know that there's 2 right now, and I've heard phenomenal things about this book, so I'm so excited to read this. Okay, so book number 2. A book with a person on the cover. I actually like this prompt, even though I hate when people are on the cover of my books. I like this prompt because I feel like the types of books that I like to read tend to have people on the cover, like contemporary romances and stuff like that. So this one is actually good. So let's see what I want to pick. Okay, you guys, I found the book that I want to read, and I've actually wanted to read this for a while now, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But it's one of those books that I knew that I could just like pick up if I wanted, but I just didn't get to it. But I'm gonna pick Lore Olympus volume number 5. This is just a graphic novel series that I absolutely adore, and there are, I think, 5 out now. Maybe there's 6. Is there 6 out now? But this is such a cute little Persephone, Hades, little romance graphic novel. They're super, super quick and easy to get through, and they're just really, really, really fun. I always end up rating these like 4 or 5 stars. They're just really, really great, and I heard actually this one is kind of where things start to pick up a little bit, so I'm excited for this one. Okay, book number 3. A book with a similar cover to your current read. I'm not reading anything right now, actually. So I got done with Make Me, which was on my Best Books of the Year video, and then after that, I just hadn't started anything yet. So like my book, like what I'm reading right now, is empty. I don't have a book on there. So I actually cannot use this prompt right now because I'm not reading anything. Okay, book number 3. Let's hope for a good one. A book with a cool cover font. Okay, I like that one because I love fonts, like really cool, interesting fonts, and I love it when books have a really, really interesting fonts. So this one has to have cool cover font. Okay, hold on. Okay, you guys, so for this one, I'm going to be picking Insomnia by Sarah Pinborough. This one is a book that I've been wanting to read for a while now. I absolutely loved Sarah Pinborough's last book, which was Behind Her Eyes. Actually, I don't know if that was her last book, but it was a really good book. It had a good twist in it. So I'm hoping that this one is also going to have a really good twist. If Sarah Pinborough just happens to write really good twists, then maybe this one will be the same. And as you can tell, this has a great cover font. It kind of is straight, and then it goes to curvy, and then it goes to straight again. So, and I love the color of this font as well. So this is what I'm going to pick for cool cover font, and I hope I like it. So yeah, a little thriller. Okay, so pick number 4. Yellow/gold on the cover. Okay, so maybe like a fantasy? I feel like a lot of fantasies have like gold foiling. I don't know, let me see. Okay, so the book I picked for this one is Confessions by Kane Minato. And this is like a really hyped up book. Like this is a book talk book, like a book that everybody talks about. And I feel like it's one of those books too where you either really, really, really like it or you're just not so much on the hype train with it. So I'm really curious to see kind of what I think about it, but I just have a feeling I'm gonna like it. You know what I mean? Like, you ever have that feeling about a book and you're like, I think I'm gonna like this one? That's how I feel about this one. And as you can tell, it has yellow like right here in the middle. And I think this is about like a girl who, like a teacher, and her daughter is like a young girl, and she ends up getting murdered by some students in her classroom. And she is trying to figure out who in her classroom, like what students killed her daughter. And she does this by like making them confess or something like that. I'm not really sure, but apparently it's like really, really interesting, and it has like some really cool twists in it. So I'm excited for this one. I think it's gonna be really interesting. So yes. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 more books to pick. Buzzword jar. Oh, so this is the first time I've gotten my Buzzword jar. Okay, so for the Buzzword jar, this doesn't necessarily mean that it has to have this buzzword in the title, but it has to kind of like relate to this word in some sort of way. So I don't know what I'm gonna get for this one. I can't even remember what words I put in here, to be honest, so we'll see. Heart. Okay, that's a good one. Like, I feel like heart, you could find that in a title pretty easy, but it's also like any romance. Like, I feel like this could fit a romance, so let's see what I can find. Okay guys, so I found a book that I'm going to read, and I feel like this one works really well for this specific buzzword. And it's a book that I actually have on my Audible, and it's been on my Audible for a while now, and it's called Sweet Talk. And this is a romance, and I'm gonna put the cover right here, and as you can see, it has a heart on the cover. It's like a heart balloon, and this is apparently a romance, and it actually has a pretty high rating. I think it's like, let me see. So the rating is 3.98, so it's almost a 4-star rating on Goodreads, which I feel like is pretty good. So this is actually kind of a novella. I think it's only about like 250 pages or something like that, so it's going to be a pretty quick read, but you guys know that I really love Audible or audio novellas, and this one is a romance, so hopefully I like it. I'm hoping that this isn't like really, really, really steamy, because I really, really don't like reading steam via audio. It's so awkward, so I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope that this isn't steamy, because that would just be weird. Do you guys feel the same way? Like, I just can't do it, and I feel like that's why I always read thrillers via audio, because I know that there's not gonna be that kind of thing in it, but I don't know. So let's cross our fingers that's not too steamy, but that is what I'm gonna read for my heart buzzword. So that's 5, 6, 7, so 2 more books. Travis picks. Okay, I'm gonna pick a few books, and then I'm going to have him pick which one he thinks I should read. So I'm not gonna just pick off my entire shelf, because that would be scary. So 3 books, and then I'm gonna have him pick between those 3. Okay, so I have 3 books here that you have to pick from. We have In 5 Years, which is a time travel romance, and basically...
Time travel?
Yeah, so basically she is in a relationship, and then she travels to the future, like 5 years into the future, and she's no longer with the man that she's in the current relationship with. She's with someone else, and so she has to figure out what to do about that. So
that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. The next one is A Stationery Shop. This is, I think, like a historical romance, but apparently it's really, really cute and really endearing. Don't know much about this, but people love it, and the cover is really pretty. And this is Caraval, and this is the kind of prequel series to my favorite series that I read in 2023. So this is just like the prequel to that, and it came out first, but I haven't read it yet. So this is one I'm going to read this year no matter what, but so those are the 3 that you get to choose from.
So, not the period piece.
Okay.
Not this one.
So not this one.
You're not a really, like...
Historical fiction?
Yeah.
Yeah, not usually, but apparently it's good. I don't know.
This time travel one sounds really interesting.
Yeah. Apparently, I mean, people say great things about it.
I mean, that's an interesting story. What was this one about again?
Caraval, it's like... It's a very whimsical, magical, and it's like a... I think it's like a circus? I'm not exactly sure, but it's the prequel to my favorite series.
I want you to read this one just because I'm more curious about this one.
Okay. Yay! I was actually wanting to read this one. This is the one I was hoping you would pick, actually.
Oh, cool.
So,
okay.
Worked out. Okay. Okay, so the last and final pick, my 7th book, is... I don't really know what else I need, to be honest. I have some romances, I have some thrillers, so I could pick anything. Book with an ugly cover. Okay. It's rare for me to buy a book with an ugly cover unless I know that it has really high ratings and I hear amazing things about it. I'll buy a book with an ugly cover. But I don't own very many books with ugly covers, so let me see what I have. Okay, you guys, I found the perfect book for this prompt, and I'm so excited because I actually wanted to read this book soon. And one of my subscribers, you know who you are, always talks about this book in my comments, and she tells me to read it, and she just made me so curious and I want to read it now. So it is The Road by Cormac McCarthy, and as you can tell, this cover is ugly. Like, there's nothing to it. It's the most boring, bland cover of all time. Like, I would never look at this book and be like, ooh, I want to read that. You know what I mean? So this is about, I think that there's a book, or not a book, a movie about this, and I think it's like a survival, like, end of the world story, and it's a son and his dad, and they're, I guess, just trying to survive at the end of the world, like the apocalypse or something like that, I think. But I've heard phenomenal things about this from multiple people. So this is going to be my book for a book with an ugly cover, and I'm actually really excited about this one, and I have a feeling that I'm probably going to read it for sure this month, so that is my pick for a book with an ugly cover. Alright, you guys, so these are my reads for January, including the audiobook, which is that romance right here. So we have The Road, which is my book with an ugly cover. We have In 5 Years, which was Travis's pick, which I'm really excited for this one too. And then Confessions by Kanae Minato. So that one is going to be good. And then Insomnia by Sarah Pinborough. This one I'm just hoping that I really like. Like, I just have been so flippin' curious about this one, so I'm excited for that. And then Lore Olympus by Rachel Smythe. This one, it's just good. Like, I know I'm going to like this because I like every single one, and this one was for book with a person on the cover. And then A Psalm for the Wild Built. This had an animal on the cover, and it's just a little short novella that apparently is phenomenal. So I have a really, really good feeling about this month. I think it's going to be really good, and I have a feeling I'm going to like so many of these books. Like, I just have a good feeling about this month, and I'm excited for all of these. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. I think the next one, hopefully, that I upload is going to be my books that I want to read in 2024, which I actually filled out the books that I want to read in 2024 last year, like the very, very end of 2023. So I filled it out in my journal already. I just haven't filmed it yet. So I already know what books are on that list. I just haven't filmed the video yet. So I'm going to film that soon, and I'll get that up for you guys. But that is it for this video. So I hope that you guys have a great and fantastic reading month, and let me know what book that you're most excited to read this month. And I think that's it, guys. So I will talk to you soon. Bye.